Welcome to Sunday Tea. This is Vishu Patel. Are we confused self-love with the self-centeredness? I was thinking about something over tea. Imagine someone you love decided to come see you. Maybe they drive across the state. Maybe they fly across the country. Maybe they cross a continent. They rearrange their schedule. They cancel plans. They pack a suitcase. They spend money. They sit in airports. They may lose an entire day traveling because spending time with you mattered to them. And then they arrived, and we say, I love to spend tomorrow morning with you, but I can't miss my workout. I have a tennis. I already scheduled a pickleball. I have a happy hour. You can probably find something to do. Or maybe you should just stay at the hotel. I really need my space. Now, there may be absolutely nothing wrong with any of those things. Exercise is important. Our routine are important. Our friendship are important. Having our own space is important. Taking care of ourselves is important. But there what made me stop and think. What did our routines become so scared that another person's sacrifice become an inconvenience? Someone may have a disturbed 24 hours of their life just to spend time with us, and we are unwilling to disturb 1 hour of ours, and somehow we are learned to call that a self-care. So today's question over tea is uncomfortable. And are we confusing self-love with the self-centeredness? Because everywhere we turn, we was told, put yourself first, protect your peace, protect your energy, set boundaries. You don't owe anyone anything. Cut off anyone who doesn't add value to your life. And you know what? There is a truth in all of that. For generations, especially in families and relationships, people were sometimes taught to sacrifice themselves completely. Stay quiet. Keep everyone happy. Say yes when you want to say no. Tolerate disrespect. Ignore your own needs. Give and give and give until there isn't much of you left. That's also not healthy. Sometimes saying no is necessary. Sometimes leaving is necessary. Sometimes choosing yourself is necessary. Sometimes a boundaries is the most loving thing you can create. But can a good idea go too far? Can self-love become so important that everyone around us has to accommodate it? Think about it. Your spouse needs to talk, but you are protecting your peace. Your friend is going through something difficult, but they are draining your energy. Your parents are getting older and want more of your time, but you are prioritizing yourself. Someone you love comes thousands of miles to see you, but your schedule can't change. At what point does a self-care become a beautifully packaged excuse for not showing up for other people. Because relationships are inconvenient. I don't mean unhealthy. I don't mean abusive. I don't mean one person should sacrifice everything while the other sacrifice nothing. I'm talking about ordinary human relationships. Friendship is inconvenient sometimes. Marriage is inconvenient sometimes. Parenthood is certainly inconvenient. Family can be inconvenient. Love is also inconvenient because another human being will eventually need something from you at a time that isn't particularly convenient for you. Maybe that's actually part of what gives relationship value. Sometimes someone else's need occasionally become more important than your schedule. Not every day, not every hour, not at the expense of ourselves, but sometimes love looks like changing your schedule because somebody came a very long way just to sit across from you. And I think we should ask ourselves another uncomfortable question. If someone traveled thousands of miles to see you, and when they arrived, your tennis match is more important, your workout is more important, your happy hour is more important, your routine is more important, what exactly are we communicating? We may tell them, "You are not important to me," but our calendar may be telling them something completely different. And if you were that person, which one would you believe? The word or the calendar? Maybe respect isn't only about speaking politely. Maybe respect is also recognizing another person's effort, their time, their sacrifice, their inconvenience. Maybe occasionally respect means saying, "For today, you mattered more than my routine." And missing a warm workout isn't going to destroy your health. Missing one tennis match isn't going to destroy your life. Skipping one happy hour isn't going to destroy your friendship. But refusing to make a room for people might eventually damage something much harder to rebuild. And then there are boundaries. I believe in boundaries. But I am begin to wonder whether we are start using the word boundary of the things that aren't actually boundaries. A healthy boundaries might be, if you speak disrespectfully to me, I am going to end the conversation. That's the boundary around my behavior. But sometimes what we call a boundary sound more like, you have to behave exactly the way I need you to behave, or you're out of my life. Is that always a boundary? Or something? Is that control wearing therapeutic language? And then there's another phase. I don't owe anybody anything. Maybe technically you don't. But is that really how we want to build the relationships? Do we really want our marriages, our friendships, our families to operate on that minimum of what we technically owe each other? I don't think the person I love should have to produce an invoice before I inconvenience myself for them. That's not love. That's accounting. And there where self-love gets complicated, because loving yourself mattered. But if loving yourself required everyone around you to continually adjust, continuously understand, continuously accommodating, continuously forgive, continuously give you space, while you rarely do the same for them, then perhaps we need to examine what we are calling self-love. Because self-love should teach us what we mattered. It should never require us to believe that only we matter. And maybe the question isn't, should I put myself first? Maybe that's the wrong question. Maybe the question is, does this moment require me to put myself first? Sometimes the answer is yes, absolutely. But sometimes the answer should be no. Sometimes your child comes first. Sometimes your spouse comes first. Sometimes your parents come first. Sometimes your friend comes first. And sometimes you come first. Wisdom is knowing the difference. So before we finish today, I want to leave you with a few questions. When you say you are protecting your peace, are you protecting your peace or avoiding inconvenience? When you set a boundaries, are you setting what you will accept or trying to control how someone else behaves? When someone you love makes a sacrifice to be present in your life, do you recognize their sacrifice or expect them to fit conveniently around your routine? And perhaps the hardest question, if everyone in your life practiced self-love exactly the way you do, would you feel loved by them? Because we can prioritize ourselves without making everyone else feel secondary. We can protect our peace without becoming indifferent to somebody else's feeling. We can have our boundaries without building a wall. And we can love ourselves deeply while still making room to love other people genuinely. Self-love should remind you that you mattered. But if your version of self-love constantly leaves the people around you feeling like they don't, maybe it's worth asking, is that really love? I will see you next Sunday for a tea. Until then, keep asking better questions because better question creates better lives.